Welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations hosted by yours truly, Tech Coach Ralph. In today's episode, we are going to talk about what if. What if what? Well, that's exactly the point. What if? And then you insert whatever after that. So let's get into it and find out what's going on. What if? I think most of the times that we don't do what we want to do is because we have that what if factor, that what if question that's always lingering around. I think the most prevalent part is, what if I fail? What if I get embarrassed? What if the world sees me for, a failure? Someone who didn't succeed at what they set their mind to. Someone who tried and failed and possibly failed miserably. What if? I'm sure that all of us have gone through this and have felt, what if this happens? What if that happens? I was there before. And, to a certain extent, I think we'll always be there for there might be a degree of it, but we'll always have that feeling inside of us. What if I reach out to this person and I need help and they reject me? What if they make fun of me? However, what if you reach out and they might tell you something that you don't want to hear, but what if it's what you need to hear? I think with the what if question, we're afraid to reach out because we want to hear a specific answer. So a lot of times, it's not the help that we really want, it's the validation. And the actual question becomes, what if I don't get validated? What if they told me that I need to do A, B, C, and D? What if? See, I take what if to mean something different now. So what if I fail? Well, that just means I failed a lot further than the 99.9% of the other people who didn't even give it a try. What if I get embarrassed? Okay. So what? You know, the people who are quick to embarrass the people who actually try something are the ones who don't put anything up on the line. Last week on a live show, I called in Stephanie, one of the people that I'm working with, and I'm sure she was nervous. I'm sure she was scared. But, and I'm sure she had all these what ifs going through her mind, like, oh, should I do this? Oh, what if I say something wrong? What if I mess up? What if, right? But she answered the phone call. We had a conversation, and then she explained the work that she was working on, the challenge that I gave her. But let's think about this. What if she said, no, I'm scared. I don't want to be embarrassed in front of all these people, have it on YouTube forever. Now, she would miss out on the opportunity to be able to explain the work that she's doing, how she's learning, and then get some crucial feedback on the work. And she would miss out the boost of confidence that says, yes, I can go out there and I can talk. And what if people think I'm dumb? What if people think that I don't know what I'm talking about? However, on the other side, what if I do go out there and, I just talk about what I know, what I understand, and everybody else out there sees it and they're like, wow, I could do this too. Or somebody out there sees it and they're like, wow, this person is very, very smart, very talented. They need a shot. And they reach out to her and, they get the ball rolling on something. Who knows? See, the problem with what if is we always look at it in a negative light. What if they don't like me? What if they judge me? What if they make fun of me? What if I fail? I don't really think it matters much. See, the question I ask is, what if I do fail? Well, guess what? We just do it again. And I guarantee you this, every single time that you fail at the same exact thing, right? You're going to be failing closer and closer and closer to your ultimate goal. Here's a question. What if I fail so much that I ultimately succeed? It's the same principle. Like when you're writing code, right? And you run the code and it fails. And then, like, okay, I make an adjustment. You run it again. It fails a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm on the right path. Keep writing, fails. And then I make a change. Oh, it failed, but it failed before where I used to get. So change that, make an adjustment. And then you get the green check. It passes. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But what if after the first attempt you just like, oh, it's not working. I quit. That's the what if factor. There's so many what if questions that we use to like stop us from doing anything, right? You're hungry. Want to go get some food? What if when I leave my house, I get into an accident? Does that mean we stay home? We don't even go try to get our food? An alternative. Let's get some Uber Eats. Let's get some DoorDash. What if the Uber Eats driver or the DoorDash driver gets into an accident and I don't get my food? Is that it? Like we just give up? So let's ask a different what if question, right? What if, and follow me here, right? Just give me a second. What if I succeed? What about success? What if the only option to your what if question was, what if I succeed? How about that? If the ultimate question is, what if I succeed? Whatever comes between succeed and what if, it's just part of the course. Failure goes in between that what if and that success. Suffering goes between that what if and that success. Pain goes in between that what if and that success. I think the reason that we're so afraid of the what if question is because We don't want to suffer. We have to suffer. It's in the suffering, it's in the fire that we see change, we see transformation, we see success. Many times we don't accomplish anything because we don't want to go through the trials and tribulations to actually get it. I'll use myself for example, right? I don't like talking in front of people. I don't like three-syllable words, as you guys can see. Certain letters, when I say them, they struggle to come out. I hate it. When my mind gets flustered or overwhelmed, I'm not even sure what to say, trying to process it in the moment. I don't like that. It's embarrassing, sure. But the alternative. What if I never made my first YouTube video? What if when I'm in a corporate setting, right? And I have to do a presentation and I'm like, I can't do it. What if I stutter? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I can't answer your question? So I'm just gonna not do it. Because I'm not gonna suffer. I'm not gonna challenge myself. So let's explore the alternative, right? I don't get to provide value. I don't get to work with amazing people. I don't get to help so many people out in tech. I don't get to help people with their mindset because I wouldn't have that mindset. I would be one of the ones that say, "Why are you doing that? Aren't you scared? Aren't you afraid?" But I embraced it. Embrace your flaws because the people who really value you, who really value the information that you're bringing, who just, they don't care. And then when you can find humor in your own flaws and you just move past it and you just keep going, then they embrace you even more. The question is, what I ask myself and what I asked you to ask yourself, right? Is the value that you bring, does it outweigh the flaws you think about yourself? One more time. Does the value that you bring outweigh the flaws that you think about yourself? All the flaws that you have in your mind about you. Oh, I can't speak. Oh, I'm shy. Oh, I don't have any confidence. Oh, I'm scared. Do you bring more value than that? Are you more important than that? Are you more important than your flaws? Yeah, but I don't want to be embarrassed. You're not that important. Like you embarrass yourself right now. Nobody remembers it in 5 minutes because you're not that important. However, the value that you bring, that can have lasting impact. Here's another example, right? One of the first videos that I did, first lives that I did, right? It was to testing out a Python package called Selenium Wire. Terrible production quality. Just, just very like I didn't have a good mic, I didn't have good cameras, all that, right? To this day, I still receive comments on that series, right? With everything was bad in those videos, right? Still receive comments saying, "Hey, I was trying to work on this and I got this issue. Can you help me with it?" Sure. Especially if you take the time to suffer through those early videos, right? And you're finding value out of that, I will definitely take the time to help. And get this, right? For that particular video, the person asking is a data engineer in Taiwan. Sent me an email. And then when I replied, they were surprised. But that doesn't matter to me, right? Because you found value in something that I was presenting, and now you want some assistance. I'll drop whatever I'm doing to provide that help. But what if I was too scared to make that video? What if I was too scared to show my face? What if I was too scared of the flaws that I know that I have? But guess what? Apparently, nobody cares about those flaws. Because guess what? We all have our own flaws. You are your biggest critic of your flaws. Oh, you stutter? Okay. Well, when you finally get it out, is the information valuable? It's about the value. It's about the information. Oh, it takes you 30 seconds to say it. Okay, cool. On the 31st second, what's that information that's coming out? Oh, you can't say three-syllable words. Okay, cool. Let, let me bring it down. Let me sound it out. But after that, what's the value that we get out of it? See, me, I believe in being practical, right? I'm not going to. I don't care about the textbook. I don't care about your fancy certifications and all that type of stuff because a lot of times we chase these tests and these certifications to make us feel better about ourselves, to validate ourselves. But here's my validation. Here's my validation. A data engineer from Taiwan watches a video created all the way across the world, right? And sends an email saying, "Hey, I was watching your video and I'm trying to do this and I'm having this issue. Are you able to help me?" I could respond, "Well, the in this protocol of this certification, you should do this, that, and the other." But guess what? They don't talk about that. That book knowledge, it only takes you so far. It's going into that dungeon, that fire. That's where the growth comes from. That's where the learning comes from. So when I see people actually doing the work and they're like, okay, this failed. All right, let's try again. This failed. Let's try again. Oh man, I can't really figure this out. Let me reach out. And now when you reach out, now this comes on my radar and this becomes a problem for me too. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. Here, try these things, but I'm going to try it on my end too. Because if you associate your problem with my problem, now it's our problem. But what if I didn't create the video where I was trying to solve an issue that apparently a lot of other people have had as well, who've used this tool, of course, but there was absolutely no resources on it. I searched YouTube for it, couldn't find anything. I looked at the GitHub repo about it, and people couldn't really figure it out. So I took it upon myself, right? I said, all right, I'm going to record me failing through trying to figure this out. And then I went back at it again, and I went back at it again, and I went back at it again until I succeeded. So now, here's where we get to, right? So this data engineer in Taiwan is watching my video, trying to figure out an issue that he's having, right? Well, now guess what? One of my crew members, one of my barbarians, they're learning data engineering. So now I get insight from what this data engineer in Taiwan is doing in order to be able to facilitate his work. And now I can see that for my own data engineer who's up and coming, who's learning, right? But I can take that and I say, hey, check this out. Check out this repo that this person has for their data engineering work and see the things that we have coming up in the future. Because am I entirely familiar with all the aspects of data engineering? Absolutely not. But by creating this video months ago, one of my first videos, and this data engineer across the world reaches out to me, you don't know the amount of value that brings to me. Because now I can take that and I can help my own data engineers and say, this is part of the path that we're going on. And I can go back to that data engineer in Taiwan and say, oh, give this a try. I'm going to try this. We're going to see what happens. But what if I didn't even make that video because I'm scared to talk in front of people. I'm not confident in it. I don't want to put my face out there. I don't want to put my name out there. What if they judge me because my video quality is bad? My sound quality is bad. One of the early videos that I did, right? A candid conversation video like this, right? But just messing around with stuff. And in the background of me talking, I had some type of music playing, right? And I got a comment, and the comment said, you should try to either reduce the music in the background or, remove it altogether. Because for us non-English speaking people, I think they were from Brazil, for us non-English speaking people, it's hard to understand what you're saying with the music in the background because we have to translate it in our mind so we can get a better understanding. So now, what if I'm like, what is this person talking about? Like, people like to hear, they don't like to hear silence in the background where you're just blabbering on. I'm just gonna continue putting the music, right? And now, and what if I responded to his comment like, whatever, or I just ignored him whatsoever? Now I could be alienating the majority of the world. I could be alienating. I could see there you go, struggling on a word. But guess what? I'm gonna keep going. I can be alienating this individual in Taiwan who maybe because he couldn't understand what I was saying because of the music in the background, he never reaches out. I never get the information that I can help grow my data engineer. You know? So this is what I said to the person who left the comment. I said, "Thank you so much for your feedback. I am not going to put any music behind the audio, behind when I'm talking, because that's valuable feedback." And now, by taking that feedback, I'm able to help even more people. See, one of the live streams, right, the Q&A live streams, I asked, what's the goal of QA? What's the goal of developing software? And the answer is, they varied. They're like, oh, meeting the requirements, having like no bugs in it, whatever, right? But the ultimate answer was customer satisfaction, user satisfaction. And that was my thinking when I got that comment. I'm like, okay, I have customers all over the world. YouTube is global. Every single person who watches my video, that's one of my customers. And you take the advice, you make adjustments. If you watch my first video, a video from like from the middle of when I've started to the video today, you see so many different changes, so much different production that goes into it. Because I'm thinking, I'm strategizing, I'm saying, what if I do this? What if I do that? And guess what? I try it. I don't stop at the what if. I'm willing to try anything. Sometimes it flops and we pivot. Sometimes it goes great. I don't care. The goal is to give it a shot. Every single person who's reached out to me, I give them information. We have great relationships with them. I'm like, let's set up a call. Let's talk. Let's figure out what's going on. Give you another example. Shifting away from tech, right? My first competition in jujitsu. You see the pictures in the back over there? Here, somewhere here. That one, right there, right? But my very first competition, absolutely nervous, terrified. I'm like maybe 9 months into starting. There's a tournament, right? And never like never did anything like this before. And we go out there, standing. It's why you train with a team every day, right? When you're actually out there, ready to start the competition, before the referee says go, it's just you and another person. But what if I said, no, I can't do this? It doesn't make any sense. No, I'm scared. What if I get hurt? I always hear that. What if I get hurt? Okay, you get hurt, then you recover. What if I die? Then you die. Like, okay, it's nothing you can do about that at that point, right? Everything we do every single day has the potential to lead to death, right? So you can toss that one aside, right? What if I didn't do it? But what if I did? And now you go out there and you just do what you learned, and whatever happens, happens. So let's say that first match, right? I win. Now I go to the second match. And in that second match, I got destroyed, right? What if I didn't experience that feeling? Well, what is that feeling, right? That feeling that there's 100 people watching, cheering. You have your professor and your teammates in your corner giving you advice, cheering you on, helping you out. And then when you fail, and when you get embarrassed and you feel down and all this type of stuff, right? Your teammate, your family, they're right there in your corner saying, "You did a great job. We're going to go back and continue to work." No, nobody cares that you lost. Like, nobody cares that you lost. They care. Like, the people who are truly in your corner, it's not about that you lost. It's about that you got out there and you represented for yourself, for your family, for your team, for your school. You got out there. The rest of the world, they sat in their comfortable AC watching TV saying, "These guys are crazy for doing this type of stuff." Well, color us crazy, but you can't color us defeated, because our failure is so much further than your success. Our failure goes way further than your success. And that's why we don't mind failing. That's why we don't mind putting ourselves, and this goes for anything. That's why we don't mind failing. That's why we don't mind putting ourselves in the worst possible positions so we can fail and fail and fail. And then when we think we're about to get it, we fail again. But our failure, we fail right into success because we keep failing closer and closer and closer to the destination. We set big goals. Our goals are to do A, B, C, and D before you even wake up. By the time you wake up, you're stretching, getting out of bed. We've accomplished half of our days completed. Because we're, we're brutal. We're killers. Our failure is your success. So the choice is yours. Which what if path are you gonna choose? Are you gonna go down the what if path of, what if I fail? What if I get embarrassed? What if people laugh at me? Laugh at yourself first. I tell those who are on the same pathway as me, the same journey as me, if you laugh at your first, see, there you go again. There we go again, right? I tell them, if you laugh at your first, see, I can't even get it out. If you laugh at yourself first, then the only thing that other people can do is join in the joke with you. They can't laugh at you because you already are laughing at yourself. You find humor in yourself. You find humor in your failures because you know that failure is just a temporary state because you're going to keep at it and you're going to keep at it, you're going to keep at it and you're going to succeed while they never got off the bench. But we can also go down the other path. What if I go out there and I perform and I do what I'm supposed to do? I embrace my failures, I embrace my flaws, but I also embrace the success that it brings me. My challenges of speaking in front of people, my challenges of being insecure about them judging me. If I embrace it and I succeed, and now I have the confidence to take on the next challenge, and I fail and I fail and I fail until I succeed. Maybe we should go back to embracing failure and not caring what other people think about our failure because they don't see our finish line. They don't see our destination. They don't see our goals. But we can put ourselves at the finish line and we just catch up to that vision and we'll win. And after we win, we're like, we enjoy those 3 seconds of victory and we're like, okay, what's next? See that picture right there? Where is it? Here. See that picture right there? That feeling lasts for about 10 seconds. When you look back and you say all the work, all the long nights, all the studying, all the fight, all the training of people twice your size just putting their weight on you, and you're like, whatever. This is part of the journey. This is part of the destination. This is part of the end goal. It's months and months and months of training, of preparation. Just for 10 seconds. Not even 10 seconds, right? Let's put it like this. That fight, 5 minutes long, right? So you spend, can't even count. Let's say it's, you have an hour class, right? And then you do the sparring for like another hour. And you do it just about every single day, sometimes twice a day. Can't even count how much time that is, right? Just for a 5 minute fight. Depending on how many people are in the competition, it can be more. It can be more time, right? Sometimes it's a lot of people, but the amount of time you spend preparing and training is much longer than the amount of time you spend in the fight. Just to get the 10 seconds where you have that referee raising your hand. And then once that's done, like, okay, what's next? Hours upon hours upon hours, hoping that you get a 10-second hand raise. And once you get that hand raise, what's next? What's the next challenge? What what if? What's the what if question that we are going to ask ourselves every single day? See, I'm going to ask, what if I succeed? What if I fail and fail and fail just to succeed? See, the failure comes in the middle. When you let the failure comes at the end, that's when you lose. But the failure is just a middle ground. And you embrace it and you're like, okay, you got me this time. Let's go again. Okay, you got me this time. Let's go again. Okay, you got me this time. Let's go again. I got you. I got you. And now we move on. Anyhow, that's my thought on what if. What if I fail? What if I succeed? What if they laugh at me? What if they embrace me? And then a day, what if I just do what I have to do? What if I do what I have to do and I go from there? All right. Anyhow, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon, see all the amazing information in there that I have for you, and come and win with me, right? Let's win together. All right. Until next time, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.
Enigmatic Joker.